Hey, what's going on, y'all? Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Render with Raizel 2025. Last year was amazing. Let me just stop and pause there. Last summer was incredible. I appreciate you guys tuning in, sending me messages. I've gotten a lot of feedback from you guys just saying how impactful it was for you, how much it helped you, how much it gave you clarity for different things in your life. And that truly impacted me and that truly blessed me. So I appreciate y'all for that. Before we get into today's episode, I just want to personally revisit the definition of render. The definition of render is to totally make yourself available. Is to totally render yourself unto God, just saying, hey, I'm here, I'm available, what's up? The second definition is something has to be induced in order for something else to occur. Something has to happen in order for the environment to shift or for the condition to shift. So that's what render means. Now, Render with Raizel is based on Romans chapter 8, verse 19. Simply put, it says, creation longs for the manifestation of the sons of God to be revealed. When it says creation, all that means is not the mountains, not the grass, not the birds, not the trees. It's talking about creation as in other people, people who we know, people who we have yet to meet. They are waiting for us to render ourselves totally to God so that they can benefit from our destinies, so that they can benefit from our purpose and what it is God has us to do while we're here on earth. So if you're ready to render, like I am, let's get into it because we got stuff to say. Boom, bad out, different angle. Didn't see that coming. But we got a lot to talk about, y'all. Listen, 2025 has been absolutely crazy so far, and I can't believe we're already halfway through. We just started like 30 minutes ago, and we got 30 minutes left in 2025. That's crazy. I wanted to talk to us today, or I wanted to speak today about the topic of recalibration. Where are you? Where am I? Where are you? Where are we? What is going on? Okay. Recalibrate. My father used to ask me that all the time. And I never knew what he meant. Because when I'm a kid, when I'm a child, I'm like, Daddy, I'm right here. What do you mean? You see me, I'm physically in front of you. But even still, up until his passing day, he would ask me, where are you? And I'm almost 35 years old, and I didn't get it until now. And it reminds me of Genesis chapter 3, when Adam and Eve did the things, and God came looking for him. And God asked Adam, because he addressed Adam first, right? If you read in Genesis chapter 3, God is like, hey, yo, what's up? Adam, where you at? Where are you? He addressed Adam first. And it's not because God didn't know where they were geographically or where they were spiritually. God knew all of that, right? But he wanted to ask that question is because he wanted Adam and Eve to be honest about where they were, because they were aware of what they just did. The Bible says that when they ate the fruit, their eyes were open. So they were knowledgeable. They were aware of the contrast of good and evil. So God wanted them to be honest about where they are. And that's what you and I are going to do. We are going to recalibrate. We're going to refocus, and we're going to talk about where we are and be honest about it. Boom. Another angle. Didn't see that coming, did ya? I said before that my father used to ask me, where am I, all the time? He would say, Raizel, where are you? Raizel, where are you? Right? So now we in Genesis chapter 3, when they did the things, and God addressed Adam, and he was like, yo, where are you? It's not that God didn't know, but God wanted Adam and Eve to be honest about where they are or where they were and about what they had done. The reason God addressed Adam is because he wanted Adam to be confronted with the fact that he was not where he once was with God. That's it. This first episode of Render, we're talking about recalibrating. Where are we? Maybe we may have fallen, maybe off course, whatever that looks like in your life. Maybe we've fallen away from God, or maybe we've fallen away from our purpose, or gotten off track and started to do other things instead of doing what we should be focused on. And that's okay. We recalibrate as many times as we need to. Recalibration is just not a one-time thing and then you're good after that. I be having to recalibrate every single day of my life. Every second of every day, really, to be honest. So this is something for me. It's something as simple as saying, whew, Jesus, that's a recalibration for me right there, because it keeps me focused throughout the day. And it keeps me focused on what I am doing and what I'm supposed to do. And I want that to be the same for you. It's okay to go back to the genesis of a thing as often as you need to. There was a certain question that God asked Adam while he was in the garden. It was after the fall. It was after they ate the fruit. And then after God asked them where they were, Adam was like, oh, we noticed that we were naked, so we put fig leaves on us, or we tied fig leaves to ourselves so that we can be covered. God was like, who told you you were naked? Who told you that you were naked? Just because you are where you are in your life, whatever that looks like for you, that doesn't mean that you're naked. That doesn't mean that you are exposed. That doesn't mean that you are uncovered. That doesn't mean that you're just out here living life and God ain't looking out for you. That does not mean that you are behind schedule. And that does not mean that you cannot be who God has called you to be and do what he has called you to do. If we submit ourselves, right? If we surrender, if we render ourselves fully to the one who is the Alpha of time, we will realize that we are not behind schedule, is that he is the schedule. Boom! Another angle, huh? I'm getting y'all today. Listen, you are right where you need to be. Don't question the past. Don't dwell on the past. You know why? Because none of us have access to the past. We can only have access to what's right in front of us. Recalibrate to the now. You are right where you need to be. Just because we're right where we need to be, that doesn't mean forsake the urgency of it. All right? We can be right where we need to be and we can have peace about that. But at the same time, understand that we have a charge. We have a call. We have a purpose. We have things that we need to do. Otherwise, we're just going to go to our graves full of gifts. I want my grave to be a very hollow place. I want to die with absolutely nothing because I chose to render myself on a daily basis. So choose to render yourself every single day. Ask God what that looks like. Okay. Just say, Lord, what does it mean to render? Show me. And how do I render myself to you? How do I put myself in a position where I can be available for you to do all of the great things that you want to do through me? Not just for my own benefit, but for all of creation who longs for the manifestation of me. Period. And he'll show you. And that's it. That's the first episode of Render with Raizel 2025. Recalibrate to where you are. Have urgency about where you're going. I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Until next month, I'll see y'all soon.